Business Today is brought to you by...
Shouldn't banking start with you? After all, it's your life and we're just one part of it. So no matter what life throws at you, at Scotiabank we guide you through it with people who actually listen and with services that enable what matters most to you. Because at Scotiabank, it starts with you.
This is Business Today. I'm Sandy Dean. Governor of the Central Bank Cleviston Haynes is calling on Barbadians to be more productive, and at the same time, he's anxious for authorities to take decisive action to put the country back on a sustainable growth path and reverse the fallen reserves and high debt. Not pleased with current productivity and service levels, Haynes said after experiencing a mere 1% growth rate last year, the forecast does not indicate there will be any acceleration in the Barbados economy for 2018. He made the comments during the official launch of this year's Week of Excellence at the Grand Salle of the Central Bank on Monday, which was launched under the theme, Productivity, the Heart of Our Future.
Moderate progress has been made in reducing the fiscal deficit in the current fiscal year 2017-2018, but we cannot yet state that the deficit and debt are on a sustainable path. We can and must reverse this narrative by strengthening the macroeconomic framework through further prompt, decisive, corrective action that facilitates the rebuilding of the country's international reserves, engenders renewed confidence by domestic and foreign investors, bolsters private sector investment and infrastructural development, and raises the overall level of economic activity. Achieving these objectives should have a favorable impact on our national credit rating. But reversing this narrative also requires the commitment and focus of all stakeholders, including labor and the private sector.
Acknowledging that Barbados was competing with the rest of the world for investment, Haynes said the island would require greater levels of both local and foreign investment in the future. He said it was therefore critical for the private sector to be more innovative, while government must review existing policies and employ greater use of technology in an effort to improve business facilitation.
Productivity will be enhanced as workers are able to embrace new skills. The role of our education system will become critical as we go forward, as we prepare citizens to be adaptable to the changes in technology that are likely to come on stream in the future. At the same time, by investing in raising of their knowledge, skills, and abilities of workers, firms can help to develop workers that can operate at a higher level, thereby raising the national output of our economy. Let us not forget that well-managed firms have higher productivity.
The annual Agrofest exhibition continues to provide opportunities for a number of small businesses across Barbados. The three-day festival, which was held last weekend on the grounds of the Queen's Park, was hailed as a success. Organizer of the event, Chief Executive Officer of the Barbados Agriculture Society, James Paul, told Barbados Today there were just over 300 exhibitors, which represented a slight increase over last year. He said the showcase not only provided an opportunity for small businesses to showcase and sell their products, but it also provided an outlet for them to form strategic linkages and partnerships.
One of the things we constantly say to the small businesses, Agrofest is an opportunity to showcase your commodity or your business to people. As a matter of fact, one of the things that we do, people call and make inquiries about a particular exhibitor, and we do try to keep a track of those exhibitors. So, for instance, what we try to do is also, if somebody calls about a product, we put them in touch with them, because the opportunity is to sell. And we don't want them to minimize selling too, because at the same time, we want to ensure that we don't have a situation where people actually think that, you know, we just selling the minimum to make the biggest amount. We want to encourage them to think that there's a market opportunity, so that later on they can actually be retaining those commodities that they have at Agrofest in a very successful manner.
Hotel properties in countries that were affected by Hurricanes Irma and Maria last September are on the rebound. That's according to the latest assessment conducted by the Caribbean Hotel and Tourism Association. The update is on 129 CHTA member properties in the severely affected destinations of Anguilla, the British Virgin Islands, Puerto Rico, St. Martin, and the United States Virgin Islands. 49% of properties are now open, with the remaining 51% or 66 properties closed. Some of the closed properties are still hosting relief workers and/or government officials. An additional 90% or 12 of the closed properties are expected to open by September, while an additional 32 or 90% of them are scheduled to go back into operation between September and December this year. The status of the remaining properties has not been determined. Now for today's financial tip. It is okay to adopt a spending mantra. Picking out a positive phrase that acts like a mini rule of thumb for how you spend could help you cut back on overspending or compulsive shopping. For example, each time you feel compelled to make a purchase, you should ask yourself, is this item better than saving for an emergency? That's been the business today. Join us again on Thursday. Until then, you can get more business and news by logging on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribing to our e-paper, and liking us on Facebook. I'm Sandy Dean.